This is not about our car YouTube channel or anything like that, which I know I'm on live every week for that. But I just broke my favorite pencil. Um, this is this is something different, sort of, because I say sort of because it will be a YouTube thing. Now, why am I talking to you about it today? Because um, I was flitting around the house trying to clean, which is hilarious. I'm not, you know, well powered to do that sometimes, but a lot of times what I'll do is play worship music or sermons or something, just to kind of like keep my mind on things above instead of how my body is feeling so that I can get stuff done. So I was doing that today and I heard two sermons. One was, I'm going to botch this name. I don't know how pastors like say all the names in the Bible, but uh, I also want to, yeah, you know what? I told you this was going to be disorganized. Okay, so one sermon I heard was about Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth, complicated name. He shows up like in Second Samuel, maybe other places. Listen, I don't know. I didn't go to Bible college. But what I know about him is that he was a person with a disability. He was injured in childhood, and all we know is that he has like maimed feet. Well, he finds out that King David is looking for him, and he's worried about this because I guess there were some issues with King David and Mephibosheth's. I'm so proud. Lots like 4 times I said that. Mephibosheth's grandfather. So he was a little bit worried. Also, when King David sent his people out, said that he wanted to find this guy, they were like, hey, here is, trying to take your throne or has tried to take the throne, something like that. And then another person says, you don't need to worry about that guy. He's just some disabled guy with maimed feet. Like, he's not going to do anything. So what I pulled from that was, I'm like, people with maimed feet, I mean, they can do so much more stuff, right? But everybody knew that that was his thing. I don't know how he went around with that label, or if he did, or if he lived in hiding. A lot of times in biblical times, people with disabilities, were cast out to the edge of the city, and they lived really bad lives. They didn't have any chance. So I don't know anything about that, or if he was a woe is me type guy, like, oh, this is, my life is terrible. But nonetheless, he had that label, and maybe he was trying to take David's throne, and maybe he was super powerful, but there were people in David's court that were like, don't worry about this guy. He's just some disabled person. And that just made me think about what I want to share with you today, because I keep putting it off. And I'm not really putting it off on purpose. And I'm not, I never want to use my disability as like some kind of crutch. I do openly talk about it. It's, oh my, is it time to take medicine? It is. Can you get it for me? um, I do talk about it because I don't think we should label ourselves constantly. But I also don't think that you should suffer in silence or anything like that. So it's always hard to find a middle ground with that. But it just made me think, you really need to get up and do this. Like, look, the sermon's on. God has told you to do this. Lots of other times you've thought about it. You've made some plans. You need to just do it. And I think about it and I think, oh, okay, well, when Jim gets done doing his footage for his car review today, I will go ahead and record about my bag. Bag doesn't have a name. It's just bag. It's my stuff I take everywhere with me to keep me supported. Braces, massage gun, food, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, I was like, okay, well, listen, God wants me to get started, so that's something I can do easily enough. So I set this table up with this fancy blanket as a tablecloth in my little PT area, and that's what I was going to do. And that, if I still have the energy, is still what I'm going to do. But while I'm doing that, while I'm setting up, another sermon comes on. And it is about Bartimaeus. Maybe not about Bartimaeus, but Bartimaeus was in it. Bartimaeus was another biblical character who was blind. And I'm like, holy cow, why are we talking about the disabled people? But if you know anything about God, we ask you to do something. Jen knows. I actually might make him come over and tell a story. When you don't listen to God, what happens sometimes? Jim is eating salads for 30 nights in a row because God said, hey, while you're making Felicia a salad, why don't you have one? And he was like, meh. And then, yeah, so that's a good story. So sometimes we get stubborn and he just is like, hey, don't forget. So blind Bartimaeus comes up, and Bartimaeus, I have heard, in that time and where he lived, we hear in that story that he sheds his cloak, which is a positive thing, and I'll tell you the story, but I think it's possible that the people in the area or in that time had colors for certain things. So, like how we say a blue collar worker or a white collar worker, I think this might have been a literal thing in those times. And so I think that Bart's cloak might have been a specific color for disability. So that's one thing. So he hears that Jesus is coming into town, and so I don't know how he situates himself. Obviously, he can't see that he's coming, but he gets ready, and when he knows that Jesus is in the area, starts calling out to Jesus, right? He's like, hey, Jesus, because he wants healed. He believes Jesus can heal him, and he wants him to do it, and he doesn't know where he's at. He can't see him. So he just starts yelling, and, he's just laying out in the street. He's probably homeless, and he's wearing this dirty cloak that's probably a color that is a further indication that this guy is, like, scum to society. And, in addition to that, I also wanted to say, I totally got way off track and didn't finish about Mephibosheth. Anyway, Bartimaeus is calling out to Jesus, and everybody is telling him to shut up. And I'm like, shut up, this important guy's coming through and you're causing a ruckus, and they're telling him to shut up. And he won't do it because he believes what he believes. And so he just keeps yelling. And I think this is the only person in the Bible that is only blind person that's healed, that they give a name too. I don't think any other blind person has a name except this guy. So I think that's saying something. So now I'm like, okay, well, so this sermon is talking again about another disabled person. And it's talking about how he's calling and calling and calling because he believes, and people are telling him to shut up. And I'm over here sort of telling myself to shut up. Well, God has given me something that he wants me to do, and I don't feel capable, and I don't feel like it is something I'm worthy of doing. I don't think it's something that people care about. I don't think it's something kingdom building. I don't think it's like, part of me is like, well, yeah, I should do that. That's the perfect thing for me to do. Because God's not going to call me he does call people to things that are not perfect to them in their eyes, but why? When you are put on disability, I'm talking about Social Security disability, and the government also, deems you disabled and you leave your job. It is a very hard thing to go through. And I've been doing this and I have a Holy Spirit hot flux though. I've been doing this for a long time. It's been probably 5 years now that I've been home from work, but it never stops being hard. And never, thank you, honey. It never stops being, it just never stops feeling like something that's degrading, something that makes me useless, something that takes away, like, my future. Like, or am I gonna get a promotion? I mean, sometimes it feels it's just very challenging. And so God has said, you're going to use what you have been through and what you know and what I have pulled you through, or Kleenex on our face, and help other people with it. And I'm like, I can do that. I can do that. And I agreed to do it. And how long has this been going on? But I've been, then we'll drop hints like, well, then when you start your channel, and I'm like, then I feel this immense pressure, like, it's too hard, it's too much. I already have too much to do. It's a full-time job to just, like, stay alive and healthy, and, sometimes doing not very much stuff is a lot for me. And so then I start to feel really anxious about it. So it's been going on a while. And the enemy kept telling me that I wasn't prepared. I don't know what I'm doing. People don't want to listen. And today, God was like, here is this guy. Here's this guy. Story, story, story. Do it, do it, do it. Then he said, you got to go on live and tell people that's what you're doing. And I'm like, then people are going to ask about it. So what? So then I'm going to have to be accountable and I'm going to have to do it. So it's not a big deal really, but what he's just asked me to use my story and use my life and the way that I run my life and the way I do life to help others. And he wants me to use my experience in helping Jim with his YouTube channel or our YouTube channel, OSR Garage. OSR Garage, where we do car reviews. Check it out on YouTube. Use your experience to start your own channel. And I have seen Jim work this for are we on the 3rd year now? We have high hopes for it. Honestly, like Jim hopes that it'll be something that will bring him home from being at work all day, away from the house, so that he can be here to help me during the times that I need it. Now, that being said, a lot of you, what you see is this. And at church today, someone said, well, you look great. And I did that like literally every time I am in public. It's a blessing and a curse. I have been fighting for my life with cancer and lots of other things my whole adult life. I got cancer the first time when I was only 21 years old. And if you know any 21-year-olds, they're children. I was a child. So it's all I know. And I know how to hide it. Like, I know how to, put on a healthy looking face, and I can do anything for an hour or two. I can do anything. I might be down for 3 days afterwards, but I can pull it together for an hour or two. And that's what most of you see all the time. That's what everybody sees for the most part. Because otherwise, this is where I am. I'm in this house by myself, and people don't see it. All right? So, but God is like, that is a skill, though, sometimes that people could maybe use. And so I have learned that having chronic pain or chronic illness isn't a bad thing. It is not that we have to wear a different colored cloak and be homeless on the ground where people kick us and yell at us and tell us to shut up. We're not powerless. We're not useless. We have abilities, even though we're disabled. It doesn't mean we don't have any abilities. We do. And we have power inside of us. No matter who you are or what physical thing or emotional, spiritual, any psychological disabilities, any of that. We have power inside of us. And God made us to help each other. And so my channel isn't like, there's the common phrase of willpower. And I used to think like that's kind of how I did it together, is like, all right, I'm gonna like muster up all my willpower and like put my clothes on, and I'm so hot all the time, and look like a great human and go do stuff for an hour. Willpower, right? Like willpower to do that, willpower to lose weight, willpower to do whatever. But my channel is going to be called illPOWER because it's not willpower. First of all, my power personally comes from God. But my illness has also given me power. That's given me skills. It's given me so much information. People message me all the time with questions about all kinds of health-related stuff, insurance stuff. I literally have 15 different specialists, 25 conditions, and 27 different medications. So I know a lot of stuff, and I don't want to give away how old I am, but I've been doing it for 20 plus years. So, no, I don't have a PhD, but I kind of do. Experience is like 9/10 of it, right? Don't you wish your doctor had actual experience? Don't you wish when you went to the doctor for your migraines that that doctor actually experienced a migraine? Wouldn't that be nice? Not nice. It's not a nice thing to wish on anybody, but you know what I'm saying. So, illPOWER is starting. I am going to start it on YouTube. I have 5 videos planned in my mind. Some of the footage started, and what I don't have it all outlined, but one of my purposes is to, and not just you guys on my Facebook. You, like, I already know you guys. I want to get out to people that I don't know. I want to get out to people that, other people that are in their houses by themselves like I am all day long, thinking that they don't have any purpose, thinking that they're in chronic pain or illness, disabled, and they don't have anything to offer. Those are the people that I want to talk to. I love you guys too, but I know all of you guys, and you probably, maybe you need my help, but you probably like can just send me a message if you need something. I want to find the people that I don't know, and I want to get them the hope. I want to inspire them. I want to empower them. I want to equip them in tangible ways to help their everyday life. I'm not just talking about coming on the camera and being like, you can do it. No, I want to be like, this is bad. Bad goes everywhere with me. Bag has all the stuff I need to get through the day. It has 3 different kinds of braces, my starter, 14 different kinds of medication. It has Band-Aids because I bleed a lot. It has this, it has that. I want to do tangible things. I want to show people, like, this is how I organize this medical stuff. This is how I organize my bedroom, so when I go to the hospital, my husband can find my underwear. I know what my underwear are. He might not know where they are. He can pack a bag in less than 5 minutes. Those are the kinds of things I want to help people with. Yes, I'm going to be with them and support them and empower them from the inside with verbal inspiration, but I'm also going to show them physical things they can do to help their lives, to do the things that they think they can't do. Because there's a lot of things on the I can't list that I've turned into I can. And I live a really normal life for someone who has all of the things wrong with me that I do, but it takes a lot of planning. And that's the stuff that I want to show people. That's the stuff that I know. That's the stuff I can help people with. I can help them with the resources. I can help them find at-home remedies. I can help them with physical therapy options. I can show them what I do to get through a day. What do I use this room for? What is it that I do to help certain types of things? There's no reason I can't share that. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not going to claim to be a doctor. I'm just going to sit out there and help people, and that's what God wants me to do, and I've been putting it off. So I'm on here telling you that I'm doing it. I'm doing it right after this. I'm starting my video. We're going to get 5 videos ready. We're going to get them edited. They might not be great. That's the only part that I don't feel excited about. But guess what it does? It gives me purpose. It gives me reason to get up. And if I don't feel like getting up, guess what? I can get on there and I can talk to somebody else about it. Because another thing that I want, another piece that I want to add in, it is support. I want to have both an in-person support group and an online support group for people with chronic pain and illness. I've been to support groups for other things. I know how to do it. People need to talk to people. We need each other. And I want to help facilitate that. And so if I'm having a bad day, I'm feeling overwhelmed, and I think I can't get up and put a video out. I can, because I can just get on there and just say what I'm feeling, and it's going to help somebody. I'm positive that it's going to help somebody. Because if I ever meet a person who is going through anything even remotely close to what I'm going through, my heart feels full. Like, that is a heart connection every time. So even if I'm having a bad day, I can still help somebody just by talking. I've already talked to you for like 30 minutes, and I didn't mean to. I promised to edit my illPOWER channel videos down to where they do not have so much stuff. I promised to take better notes, finish stories. One of my diagnoses is not ADD. I don't know how. Probably because I haven't actually just learned how to diagnose it. But I definitely struggle with bouncing all over the place. So bear with me. Tune in. That's why God wanted me to do this video today. And I did it, okay? I did it. And I even said Mephibosheth. So, I think